Ugh. Good morning. Here we are back from the mountains. As you can see here at Stacy Boulevard, fisherman's statue. And yeah, I just figured I'd give you an update to my last video, in which I was talking about challenging myself, wondering whether I could climb a mountain. I had mentioned that I always wanted to do Mount Washington, and at 6,000 feet it would be a little bit too much. I'm still up there in weight, and yeah, I don't know how that would have really gone over. Actually, I do know how it would have gone over. It might have been a little bit too much, but yeah, here I am back again. And I will say that I'm excited about, I'm excited. I guess I could say I'm proud of myself as well, where I did it. I chose to climb up Mount Chicora in, I believe, Chicora, New Hampshire, just on the border of, just inside. It's part of the White Mountains, I guess. Just on the inside, and it was rated at a hard climb on the Piper Trail. I did some research about it. We actually planned to do Liberty Trail, but where you enter the Liberty Trail, I guess the parking arrangement, it's a good 5 miles from Route 16. I guess we just didn't really feel like doing the hard parking. And my good friend Glenn, he had suggested that he had done some last minute looking and found the Piper Trail, and just a better parking area right off of Route 16. And again, it was rated a hard trail, and I would have done something lighter. There's no doubt about that, I guess. But I didn't really see too much that was lighter, and I definitely wanted to go over 3,000 feet. Chicora was at 3,500 feet. And it was an experience. I couldn't say it anymore. It was no joke for me anyway. I wrote up a little bit of a review on Trail Reports, New Hampshire, as a beginner, and I learned what post holes are, and it was pretty intense, I'll say. Maybe a quarter mile or so into the trail, it seemed pretty, not flat, but slight uphill. But then next came the 12 by 12 12 by 12, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words, but 12 by 12 railroad ties. They had to step up on an incline, and it was definitely getting steeper, and I was definitely huffing and puffing right off the bat. It was the full hike was 8 point something or other miles up and back, and we did it, I believe, in about 7 hours total. About 4 hours to the top. And a few things I really wasn't completely expecting, but I guess I wasn't completely surprised, was that there was definitely some snow on the trail. It seemed like maybe a mile of snow. And that mile of snow, let me sit down here, I'm still recovering. That mile of snow was, again, no joke. We had micro spikes with us. We didn't really need to throw them on, but we were probably like a day away, or I'm sorry, a week away. If we had gone a week earlier, I got a feeling would have needed them. Two major surprises, or one surprise, one major surprise was just that what I didn't expect how steep some of these trails were. Strewn boulders, and I mean, talk about an incline. I don't know. It might have been at least, I guess, a 20% incline. It's hard to say. I don't really know that stuff. But that was, I guess, one surprise. Another surprise was one other training thing I could have done besides my, short 2 to 3 mile walks was I could have worn a backpack, and I don't know why I didn't think about that, but I could have worn a backpack that would have, done a lot for the training. Maybe a 20-25 pounds in that backpack, just like I would have had on the trail. That was probably the toughest thing for me to do, was to have that backpack and become accustomed to what it was like wearing that backpack. And then the two other, I guess, majors were things like there's some granite outcroppings that weren't like necessarily smooth, but the little bit of trickling water here and there, you definitely wanted to be careful not to step in the water and then try to get up to the little bit of these little bit of slippery, or what became slippery, granite surfaces. It wasn't a very easy thing to. When you slipped, you were gonna slip pretty good. And then the final, I guess you could say, oh my God, or whatever you want to call it, was that near the top, probably like 100 feet, maybe 200 feet from the top, it was what seemed like some actual climbing, like you think of, like people hanging over ledges. Not that I was hanging over any ledges, that's for sure. Right. But there was some sections that it really felt like you could fall off the mountain. And I guess I really wasn't expecting that part. When we got close to Chikura on Route 16, driving, and when I first saw what it looked like, I was surprised. Mountains are pointy at the top, but I was very surprised at, the look of Chikura, where you see above the tree line, this, sort of very pointed peak. And I guess right then and there, I was kind of thinking to myself, what am I getting myself into? I am hurting. I came out, I had, good shoes to wear, good hiking boots to wear, but they've been well broken in over 4 years or so. Yet I still got blisters on my heels, and from using my poles, my trapezius muscles, probably the last thing to recover. My trapezius muscles, those two blisters, and my I think they're called hip flexors. My hip flexors were pretty beat up. My partner and I, on the way up, I was hurting, as kind of expected, no doubt. And here near the top, he was definitely like leading the way, and it was great to have his, his enthusiasm. I think I was running low on blood sugar about 200 feet from the top. Got a little bit, I wouldn't say dizzy, but a little bit lightheaded, I guess you could say. And made it to the top. Was really excited, and I guess I went on a little bit of a high. Going down was much easier for me. I thought it was just going to be, since I'd be so fatigued, I thought it was going to be something much more challenging coming down. Me and Glenn, we flip-flopped. On the way down, I was definitely more excited and, felt pretty good. Glenn was pretty much in agony. And then, I definitely knew that the recovery period was not going to be that easy. Views from the top, incredible. I spoke to one woman who said that she had climbed all 67 of the 4,000-foot mountains in New England. And she says Chicora is her favorite because of the best views. I'm sure there are other mountains with other pretty great views. But yeah, the views from the top, spectacular. I celebrated my challenge up there. I was very excited. The reward of those views is something special. I definitely invite more people to challenge themselves. This sets me up for my next challenge that I'll vlog to you tomorrow, and I believe tomorrow or Wednesday. And again, challenge yourself. I don't do a ton of challenging myself. A few things over the years, but nothing in at 54. I guess you start to think about, geez, right? I want to do more with my life, and I guess that's happening. But here, I'm gonna bring. I think that you'll see a few of the, as you've probably seen while watching the video. Those are a few scenes from, what the terrain looked like. I used my phone camera and a GoPro, and they don't really match up well in the editing software. So there's that, and so I'll just give you in this video a little bit of a look at the terrain, as you've probably been seeing while you're watching. If you have any questions, if you have anything, comments, of course, I want to hear them. Comment section on YouTube, maybe on Facebook if you see it there. Anyways, good, but not the longest video, but not the shortest video. I hope you all watch it. Hope your day is well, guys. I'm still recovering. Onward. Have a great day.